Okay guys, hey, I'm in Ghent, Kentucky, approaching the North American Stainless plant. You know, I just did a pretty thorough video on this place about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and it's going to be dark here in probably 15 minutes or so. So I'm not going to have a whole lot of quality time for showing footage of this whole thing, but it's a preloaded trailer, which, you know, I went through the last time I was here. Basically, I'm going to enter in down here on the left. Got about a little over a mile to go. Going to go in on gate 7 to the preload lot, and I'll just pull to the right and park, and then walk back to the driver check-in office, and they just put your paperwork up on a little hanging file. They'll have different shippers there labeled. Just look through the slot for Maverick and find your order number, and then I'll go back to the truck and go look for my trailer that I'm picking up. Drop this trailer, move all my materials that I need, and then I'll have to secure, I think I'm getting, from the description in the work order, I'm getting a load of slinkies, or what we call, well, we call them slinkies, but it's coiled wire. So basically it'll be a lot of straps, and then it's supposed to be tarp. So you know, I'll be working in the dark most of the time, so I'll just try to show you some stuff tomorrow. Maybe I can get a picture of it before it gets dark, but not going to have much time. But here's the plant here on the left. There's a sign right there to the right saying gate 7, preload trucks only, to the left. And once you get past this little line of trees here on the left, will be gate 7. And you see that little blue scale house there to the left? That's once I get hooked up to my new trailer, I'll have to scale out right there and get my final paperwork, and then I'll actually, because I'm going to stay here overnight, and I'll end up just parking right down here where these trucks in front of me are. But for now, I'm just gonna grab my hard hat and go find my paperwork. Okay guys, let me try to show you this before I get busy securing it and tarping it. There's a little bit of light here, but here's my new load. I've already gotten hooked up to the trailer. It's stainless steel coiled wire, or slinkies. And you can see they put a few straps through here, but they don't really do them like we like to do them. So I'll have to redo those, finish securing it, and then tarp it. I think I can get it with 2 of my 4-foot drops. Here's the trailer I dropped. So what you do is when you fill out your paperwork as you leave, you have to tell them what spot you parked your drop trailer in, so they'll know, you know, how to check the stuff you left, or where to find it. This is all the stuff that was on the sheet that I'm supposed to leave on this trailer. You know, coil racks, 4-inch straps, the yellow tarp they had up there, some skid mats. So that's how that works. You can see it's pretty dark and might be gonna rain, so I'm gonna get busy. But this is the load. I'll try to show you more in the daylight tomorrow when I get it delivered. But you can see it's 2 rows, except for the very front one, and then it's just a single. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, looks like 19. So, and they didn't even put the skid mats down. They're supposed to put skid mats down under the coil racks in the front and the back, and you can see they didn't do that. So shame on them. All right, guys, let me get to work. See you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Paperboy Trucker back at you. Well, to refresh things, you know, I spent the night there at the North American Stainless preload lot last night. I think I showed you this load, at least partially. I'll try to show you more when I get to the customer, but you know, Ghent, Kentucky is basically about, I don't know, 45 or 50 minutes northeast of Louisville. So I hit the road this morning as soon as I got my clock back, about 5:45. Had a pretty late night, you know. I probably, oh hey, we're crossing from Kentucky over into Tennessee, heading south on 65, crossing into North Tennessee, headed toward Nashville, and then from there we get on I-40 east, or west, I'm sorry, headed to Dickson, Tennessee. So anyway, what was I saying? Got this load of coiled wire, or slinkies as we call them, going to this customer in Dickson, Tennessee, called Sumidin Wire. Hope I pronounced that right. Sumidin. I think I've been there before, but I'm not positive. And somebody had asked me about weigh stations, and I've got one coming up here. You can see they got the flashing lights here, open when flashing. All trucks must exit for inspection, but I have a bypass message on my tablet, so I will not have to pull in there. So, you know, that's how it works with these weigh stations. You know, half the time they're closed anyway. And then I would say probably 70% of the time we get a bypass signal. You know, our trucks are equipped with an electronic communication device that communicates with those, it's too late for me to point it out. I've done it on previous videos, but they've got these readers that stretch out over the road on kind of a light pole. And you know, like I said, most of the time you'll get a bypass, but occasionally you'll get a signal to pull in if open. And then even if you get the signal to pull in, you know, half the time they just kind of have you bypass through the quickie lane there and not actually onto the scale. And then once in a while they'll actually pull you over and have a DOT officer come out and do an inspection. That's happened to me twice. You know, I've been out here driving now for 2.5 years solo, and I've been pulled over and inspected 2 times. So if that helps you. Now I've got a buddy that's been driving the same amount of time I have. We went through Maverick together. Now, he's with a different company now, and he's never been inspected. I'm anxious for him to get inspected because the company he works for, it's like, you know, he doesn't have a true sleeper cab like I have. I mean, he does have a sleeper, but he doesn't have all the comforts that our Maverick trucks have. You know, like he has no electrical plug-ins, no refrigerator. He's really not equipped well to be out on the road overnight. He has to keep his truck running to run his heat and cool. You know, it's not the best environment for staying out on the road. So he gets home just about every night. But he has to cheat on his clock to do it a lot of times. You know, he'll put himself on yard move, but he's actually driving, or he's using PC for a lot of things that aren't true to the rules. So I think the day is coming when he's gonna probably get some tough questions from a DOT officer if they check his logs very closely. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. All right, so I've got about, let's check my GPS timing here. I've got about 1 hour and 20 minutes to get to the customer, depending on the traffic in Nashville. Usually coming in from this direction to Nashville, traffic is not so good. You know, and it's 10 till 9 at this point. So, you know, I'm expecting to get bogged down a little bit there for a while getting through Nashville. But we'll see how that goes. And then from there, after I get unloaded, I really don't know what to expect. I think the last time I made a delivery down here, they sent me over into the far western corner of Kentucky. There is a place over there where we pick up those carbon electrodes. That would be my first guess. And that's just a guess. And I got an email early this morning from a fellow named Bill. He said he would email me some more information about himself later when he had a little more time, but he was just letting me know that he's getting back into trucking. Evidently he used to drive for another flatbed company and likes what he sees with Maverick, and he's turned in his application, put me as his referral, so thank you very much, Bill. Yeah, looking forward to more information, where you're from, you know, all that kind of stuff, and seeing how that goes for you. Good luck with that. But it's been a pretty easy drive so far. I just stopped back there on the Kentucky side at exit 6. They've got 2 pilots back there, just one right across the road from each other. So I stopped and got fuel. This little stretch of 65, you know, from Louisville down to Nashville, got plenty of places to stop. You know, there's probably 3 rest areas, at least 3 rest areas, and several truck stops. Plenty of choices. All right, well, that's all I got for now. See you at the customer. Okay, guys, I've arrived here at my customer in Dickson, Tennessee. There's another Maverick truck up there getting unloaded, and then there's another one hauling a different product on up ahead, and one that just left. So busy place. Wanted to show you this real quick. I left a couple of their straps on here because I was able to get them good and tight, and they seem secure. But the way these loads are supposed to go is you have one strap in the front, just putting downward pressure on the front coil, and then the one, you got to kind of split the load between the front and the back. So these are pulling, you arrange your straps, and they teach you this in training. You arrange your straps so that they're pulling back towards the center. So that's what these are doing up to this point right here. All right, now from here they start to pull from the back to the center. All right, That's how the straps. Now the first couple times I had a load like this, it was kind of rough trying to figure out all this strapping. And then you put a flat one across the back too. That's your extra security, putting downward pressure on front and back. And they're supposed to have skid mats down here underneath these metal racks, but they didn't use them. But that's how these loads go. They teach you this in training, but I didn't have one of these when I was out with my my trainer. So the first couple of times I got loads like this is kind of confusing. Just have to work your way through it, and then after you do it a couple times, you get a little smoother with it. So let me get my straps off, and then I'm assuming he'll have me pull up there and unload. All right, more later. Well guys, I'm in the process of getting unloaded. They just sent me my next order. I'm going to Columbia, Tennessee at the Home Depot distribution center and delivering it to a Home Depot in Memphis. So, but I was trying to give you a shot of the guy unloading these. And now that I know I'm not going to be reloading here, I'll go ahead and get those timbers and stuff put up. So here's how they do it. He's got a forklift with some tube attachments on there and grabs them, yanks them off like that. So he said they make all kinds of stuff here, like little springs for different types of products, or I forget what all he said. So all right, well, let me get some of this stuff put away and then get in there and get my information put in for my new order. There he goes. All right, he's got about 4 more lifts off there. He'll be done. All right, see you down the road.